Right now at 6 on Connecticut's news station, people across the state have been giving back to people living in the Naugatuck Valley impacted by the floods. Now, if you haven't had a chance to do so, there's still ways that you can help, and we'll tell you how.
Well, as more mosquitoes test positive for West Nile virus and Triple E, the state is taking new measures to stop that spread. Brooke Griffin will share what they're doing.
And we now know that one person has died after a crash on I-91 in North Haven. We're going to have details just into our newsroom.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
6 o'clock. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Thanks for starting your day off with us at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus. I'm Erica Arias.
And I'm Tim Lammers. It is a cooler start to the day out there. Don't expect the humidity to return later on. Things have changed a bit.
We like that.
As expected. Rachel Piscatelli, good morning.
Yeah, very hot, humid conditions. Yesterday, humidity dropped off overnight, so it feels a lot better out there this morning. We will continue to see those improvements over time, although our numbers today in terms of our temperatures will be cooler than yesterday as well. 68 degrees right now in Hartford. We have mostly cloudy skies there with winds out of the north around 9 miles per hour. Elsewhere, it's 63 degrees in Torrington, 73 in the Elm City, and starting off around the low 70s in Bridgeport too. Take a look at the humidity this morning. Those dew point numbers, they're in the lower 50s for the most part. That's pretty comfortable. Low 60s towards New Haven and Bridgeport. You will eventually see the 50s too later on. So a slight build in the humidity as we approach the afternoon, but still we are expecting less humid conditions. So it is going to be an overall nice day. Our current winds are out of the north anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. So planning your day today, mostly cloudy skies this morning, making way to sun and clouds this afternoon. It'll be a comfortable evening tonight with temperatures into the lower 60s. By the time we get to Friday morning, we're tracking a chance for maybe an early shower, mainly in western Connecticut, but most of the day will be spent under a mostly sunny sky with temperatures also in the 70s and low humidity. Another opportunity for rain comes in for this weekend. We'll have more details on that coming up in just a bit. 6:02 on the roads this morning. No issues to report now, although we had areas of road work that has wrapped up, or most of it has wrapped up for your morning commute. Still dealing with those road closures over towards Seymour, Oxford, and also in Southbury this morning. So just be mindful of that. Otherwise, over in Hartford, 84 east and westbound volume is light as you're traveling into downtown this morning. New Britain Ave to the Hartford Tunnel. Tim and Erica, a 5-minute drive.
Well, right now, state environmental officials said they're on alert as more mosquitoes have been testing positive for a rare but potentially deadly viral infection.
Yeah, they're planning to spray for mosquitoes today in Eastern Connecticut. That's where the cases are popping up. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin is live in Hartford this morning with a look at what you can do to protect you and your family. Brooke, good morning.
Good morning to you. Well, Eastern Connecticut, as you said, is the main focus area for these state environmental leaders. They tell us right now there have not been any actual confirmed cases of Triple E in humans so far in Connecticut, but at this point they say it could really only be a matter of time. Today, the mosquito management program will spray in the Mount Misery area of the Patchogue State Forest to target mosquitoes carrying West Nile and Eastern equine encephalitis. Both viruses are showing up in mosquitoes in Eastern Connecticut. Several state forest roads will close at 5 o'clock this evening, and they're not going to reopen until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's just while that spraying is taking place. Officials are especially concerned about Triple E because it's deadly and there's no cure. So far, that virus has been found in 5 towns: Canterbury, Ledyard, North Stonington, Sterling, and Voluntown. Human cases have also been found in 4 surrounding states, and one man unfortunately has died from Triple E in New Hampshire. Triple E symptoms include fever, headache, and drowsiness. Doctors say they want to educate people, not scare them away from being outside.
I wouldn't go there. As long as you take precautions, I think you can safely continue doing, outdoor activities, etc. for the summer.
Right now, there is no vaccine for Triple E. You just have to take your own precautions against mosquitoes. You can do a few different things, such as wearing light-colored clothing that's also loose-fitting and covers you as much as possible, keeping that bug spray handy, and also keeping screens over all doors and windows. You can also, if you're maybe camping in the next month or two, make sure you have some sort of net around you, whether that be a tent or even just a mosquito net. They say that will desperately help that situation if you are out camping in Connecticut. But if you would like more information on Triple E or West Nile virus, we already have that up on fox61.com. A lot of useful information there. Live in Hartford, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Brooke, thank you for that report. It's been more than a week, almost over a week and a half now, since historic flooding ripped through parts of Connecticut, especially the southwestern part of the state.
Yeah, now we've showed you horrific damage in the areas. This morning, people are coming together to help those who need a hand getting back on their feet. Fox 61's Lindsay Kane is live in Seymour at the Seymour Oxford Food Bank with much more. Lindsay, good morning.
Hi, good morning. This morning, volunteers are coming together hosting a donation drive for people that were impacted by this flooding, people who lost their homes and their businesses. Now, everyone across the state is invited to come and drop off non-perishable food items in addition to some other items as well here at the Seymour Oxford Food Bank. It's been 11 days since that flooding impacted the Naugatuck Valley. Fox 61 has been on the ground covering the devastation, including bridges that washed away, roads that have caved in, homes swept up in waters, and businesses that need to fully rebuild. People have been working diligently to pick up the pieces. State officials say more than 200 businesses and more than 2,000 homeowners have self-reported damage. There's still a long way to go, but throughout it all, people in the community have been finding ways to help.
Oxford community has been unbelievable. People dropping off water, food, non-perishables. It's really heartwarming to see that we're still human. You know, we're all still human. When we realize that, we're unstoppable.
And you can stop by the Seymour Oxford Food Bank this morning between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. Fox 61 will be here throughout the morning, so we'll continue to keep you updated, of course, on air, online, and on Fox 61 Plus. Live in Seymour this morning, Lindsay Kane, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Lindsay, thank you.
So much. Now, if you are planning to donate, the food bank says it is in most need of water, shelf-stable food, sanitary products, diapers, and also reusable shopping bags. As for items that you should not bring, please don't bring open containers of food, perishable and refrigerated food, clothing, household items, or medication.
Well, again, the Fox 61 Flood Relief Drive is today from 8 to 11. If you can't make it out, tune in at 10 a.m. for our special coverage. You can also visit fox61.com/flood relief or scan the QR code on your screen there for other ways you can help. Well, this morning, a Hartford police officer is on paid leave after being accused of slapping a prisoner who had been handcuffed to a hospital bed. Officer Marcelo Confitero was arrested and charged with breach of peace. Police said Confitero was guarding the prisoner when the prisoner started punching and spitting on Confitero. Well, police said Confitero punched him back after first trying to de-escalate, but after that, nurses told police that Confitero slapped the prisoner after the prisoner had been fully secured to that hospital bed.
An 18-year-old charged in the death of a Hartford police officer last September is expected to be in court today. Richard Barrington Jr. has a pretrial hearing scheduled this morning. He pleaded not guilty to manslaughter and other crimes. Police say that he drove off from a traffic stop and then crashed into a police cruiser. Detective Bobby Garton was in that cruiser. He died from his injuries. Another officer in the cruiser, Brian Kearney, survived. A New York man accused of trying to drown his twins at a beach in West Haven is due in court. Romney Desronville pleaded not guilty to the charges against him. Police say he tried to drown his two children at Dawson Avenue Beach back in June. Two officers on patrol stepped in and brought the kids back to shore. The kids were treated at a hospital in the area. They are back with other family now. And a man charged in connection with an infant's death in Milford pleaded not guilty in court. Police say 31-year-old Dale Kirkland checked into a Milford motel with a baby girl earlier this month. They say he checked out the next day without the baby. A housekeeper found the baby in a bathtub. Kirkland has been charged with risk of injury to a child and also cruelty to persons. Authorities say more charges are likely pending a final report from the medical examiner's office.
Well, this morning, we know one person is dead after two cars crashed. State police said it happened around 5:30 last night on I-91 North between exits 8 and 9 in North Haven. Troopers said a Honda Civic went into the median, hit a guardrail, and crashed into a Chevy Malibu. The passenger of the Civic was thrown from the Civic, and died at a nearby hospital. Both cars' drivers were hurt, but they are expected to survive. And I-91 North has since reopened. The firefighters in Rocky Hill responded to a fire at a floor sealing company on Brook Street. That first call for help came in around 9:40 last night, and no one was hurt. Now, we don't know how the fire started, but sprinklers kept it from spreading. State environmental crews also showed up to test the materials that may have burned inside the building.
Only this morning, the town of Plymouth says it was scammed out of more than $200,000. On social media, the mayor's office says someone breached a vendor system and gained access to invoices and documents. The fake vendor billed the town for charges that appear legit, but town officials didn't notice the wrong payment information. As a result, the town's finance director resigned. The town says its insurance will cover any money that it cannot recover. Meantime, calls for change in Bridgeport as parents and educators speak up about funding for the district. They want more transparency when it comes to the decisions being made by the school district. Yesterday, they held a march for funding equity, saying that other districts get better funding than Bridgeport.
We have students every year in Bridgeport who are taught all year long by a temporary sub.
We don't need more stuff, we need more people.
We asked Superintendent Carmela Levy-David for a comment about the rally. She told us it's great to see parents advocating for our students. She also says we all want the best outcomes for them, and she looks forward to collaborating with parents during the school year.